Episode 3, The Blue Moon, on Rarity and Return. I speak this letter under the full moon, not to persuade, not to resolve, but to notice. I do not offer certainty, I offer attention. I speak from exile, not as metaphor, but as condition. May this letter be received by those who know that survival itself can sometimes feel rare. Letter from exile. Dear you, there are 2 full moons this month. Too much moon for one calendar. And perhaps that is why people once called this a blue moon, because it disrupted the expected rhythm of things. An interruption, an excess, a recurrence that did not fit neatly into the ordinary order of time. I have been thinking about that deeply. Because exile also disrupts time. Collapse disrupts time. Grief disrupts time. Under these conditions, life no longer holds linearly. The past returns unexpectedly. The body remembers things the mind thought it had buried. Fear circles back. Joy circles back too. Nothing stays gone forever. This month, I found myself remembering versions of myself I thought had disappeared. The younger self who still believed institutions might save us. The self who confused exhaustion for devotion. The self who kept trying to earn safety through usefulness. And beneath all those selves, something quieter. A self that simply wanted to live. Not optimize, not perform, not constantly recover from systems that require human diminishment in order to function. Just live. The blue moon feels important to me because it reminds me that rarity is not the same thing as impossibility. Something can be uncommon and still be real. Tenderness is rare right now. Slowness is rare. Being deeply witnessed without being consumed, that feels increasingly rare too. And yet, I keep encountering small moments that refuse disappearance. A shared table, a text arriving at the right time, someone speaking honestly without turning honesty into spectacle. These moments do not dominate the culture, but they persist beneath it. The poet Ross Gay teaches me to pay attention to these interruptions. Not because delight erases suffering, but because delight reminds us that suffering is not total. That matters to me. Because despair is seductive in times of collapse. Despair simplifies things. It tells us nothing good remains, nothing tender survives, nothing meaningful can emerge under these conditions. But despair is not the same thing as truth. And James Baldwin understood this. He told the truth about domination with extraordinary clarity, but he never surrendered completely to cynicism. He knew that to love the world honestly required seeing it clearly, not romantically, not innocently, clearly. Moral clarity is not hopelessness. It is disciplined seeing. And the work of fugitivity, the work that Fred Moten gestures toward, is not simply escape, from the structures that harm us. It is the ongoing creation of life beneath them. Study, relation, improvised care. Ways of remaining human inside systems that reward fragmentation. Sometimes I think fugitivity is simply this: protecting what is still tender from a culture that mistakes tenderness for weakness. The blue moon also reminds me that recurrence is not failure. Some wounds return, some fears return, some griefs revisit us in cycles. Healing is not a straight line away from pain. It is learning how to meet pain differently when it comes back. That realization has softened me this month. I no longer expect myself to transcend every difficult thing. I no longer believe wisdom means becoming untouched. Perhaps wisdom is simply learning how to turn to ourselves with greater gentleness each time. And maybe that is what this rare moon is asking of us. Not perfection, not transcendence, just the courage to remain open even after disappointment. The courage to keep noticing beauty without denying collapse. The courage to believe that another way of being human might still be possible, even now, especially now. Here's what the moon illuminated for me. That rarity changes how we value things. Attention feels rare. Patience feels rare. Quiet honesty feels rare. And because these things are rare, I am learning to protect them more carefully. I noticed this month how the world tries to pull us toward performance, toward speed, certainty, reaction. And I notice how tired my spirit becomes when I mistake visibility for connection. So I am returning to smaller rhythms, cooking slowly, walking without headphones, letting conversations breathe. I'm trying to build a life that collapse cannot entirely devour. Maybe survival is not only endurance. Maybe survival is also preserving the conditions under which tenderness remains possible. This letter is complete. I release it back into the dark until the next full moon. May you protect what is tender, may you honor what returns, and may you remember, rare does not mean impossible. Move carefully, remain open.